So Jeremy and I both spoke yesterday in Waterbury at a rally whose theme was unity. And this rally and its theme were planned weeks ago, but the timing certainly hit home this week after the assassination of Charlie Kirk. As the announcers on Fox News came to the on-air, real-time understanding that he would not survive the shooting, as the announcers on Fox News came to the on-air, real-time understanding that Charlie Kirk would not survive that shooting, they poignantly asked, where do we go from here? Now, it was partly a programming note, reflecting the chaos of trying to put together a live show about a breaking story. They were saying, where do we go from here? That is, who's our next guest? Who's our next on-scene reporter? What are we doing next? But more importantly, it seemed like an existential question. Where do we go from here? That is, what is next for this fracturing country? I heard about this question, where do we go from here? And I immediately thought, where do we go from here? We go here, right here, on this corner. We invite this country to share our foundation of love your neighbor. We invite the country to work together toward our vision of a more fair and kind community for all. Justice Southbury's 5-year effort to understand all viewpoints, to engage in difficult conversations, was echoed by the initiative of the governor of Utah to, quote, disagree better. Justice Southbury's 5-year mission to cultivate a more inclusive community where all are treated fairly and welcomed as equals was echoed by the leader of the Mormon Church this week, calling upon people everywhere to build communities of greater kindness and love. Love your neighbor. Start there and grow from there. I've often been asked, all right, Justice Southbury, what is your group really all about? And I usually say that we're really trying to explore, what does love your neighbor really mean? Not in a philosophical way, in a religious way, or a political way. But if you really believe in love your neighbor as the foundation of how people ought to treat each other, then what does that really mean, metaphorically? What does it mean practically to all of the good things and all of the bad things that we encounter in life? Now, our approach is not naive. I'm certainly aware that for many, this murder is a call to arms, a call for civil war. As always, there are voices of hate seeking to do anything other than love their neighbors, or to define neighbor in a hateful and non-unifying way. So where do we go from here, America? I hope you come here to love your neighbor, to work toward a more fair and kind community for all, to disagree better. Because if we don't, then where we go from here is not a world that any one of us wants to be a part of. Jeremy.